All right. Welcome, everyone, to another deep dive.
Glad to be here.
So we're doing something a little different today, something a little unique. And, we love those.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out what this mystery project is based on nothing but video titles.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like someone's been building something. We don't know exactly what, but they've been posting videos of the progress.
Yeah.
And all we have are the titles.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, so we're going to try to piece together the story of this build and see what we can learn from these little snippets.
Sounds like fun. So what are we looking at here? What kind of titles?
Okay, so we're going to jump right in. The first few titles are describing layout of gear cabinet and maybe making front fender flares.
Okay. Right off the bat, that tells me we're dealing with something custom.
Right. No kidding.
Gear cabinet makes me think organization, practicality, and maybe they're carrying some specialized equipment.
Right.
And then the fender flares, that usually means wider tires, maybe a modified suspension. So I'm thinking this builder might have some off-roading in mind.
That's a good point, yeah. So we might be dealing with a rugged, tricked-out truck.
But hold on, because things get even more interesting. The next titles we see are Cascade Rack Installed and Bed Taking Shape.
Cascade rack. Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah, what is a cascade rack? I'm not really familiar with that term.
So a cascade rack is part of a cascade system. It's a series of components arranged, in a stepped or descending order. Think of a waterfall.
Okay.
Each level cascading down to the next. In this context, I'm thinking about a system for storing and accessing gear.
Okay, makes sense.
Could be tools, camping equipment, or even something more unique given the whole off-road setup we talked about.
Right.
And the fact that the truck bed is being modified, that tells me it's being customized to fit that cascade rack perfectly.
So not just any old truck bed, but one specifically designed for this cascade system. This builder is thinking ahead.
Absolutely.
But then the titles take a hard left turn. We start seeing titles like filling the plasma table with water and laying out the frames for the pontoon plug. A pontoon? Hold on a second. We were thinking off-roading, and now we're going towards water.
Yeah, it's a real head-scratcher.
This is where it gets really interesting. It's starting to look like the builder is creating a system, not just two separate projects.
Right. That's a good point. And speaking of the plasma table, that title with the water really caught my eye. What's the deal with filling a plasma table with water?
Well, it's actually a pretty clever technique used in metal cutting.
Okay.
Plasma cutting, it generates a lot of heat and fumes.
Right.
And the water helps to control both. So this tells us two things. First, the builder is working with metal and on a pretty large scale. And second, they really value precision. Enough to use these specialized techniques.
Yeah.
This isn't just some, average weekend warrior project.
Yeah, no kidding. This is starting to sound like a serious operation.
Yeah.
But hey, even the pros have their off days, right? One of the titles is just fail Lolo.
Oh, I love that.
You got to love a builder who can laugh at themselves.
Absolutely. That "oh" says it all, right? This builder has a sense of humor. And you know what? That's crucial for any creative process. You got to be able to laugh at your mistakes.
I completely agree. Remember the time I tried to build a bookshelf?
Oh, yeah.
And it ended up looking like modern art. I definitely needed a good laugh after that one. But in all seriousness, it's clear this builder doesn't give up easily. Right after that fail, we see titles like More Going Together and Still Getting More Pieces Together.
That's the spirit.
Even those simple phrases just paint a picture of persistence, dedication, like they're really committed to seeing this project through.
It really speaks to that core DIY spirit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That sense of accomplishment that comes from problem solving and creating something unique, with your own two hands. This builder is clearly passionate about this project. That much is for sure.
I think you're absolutely right. It's really incredible how much we've been able to figure out just from these video titles. We started with a mysterious truck modification, then we found hints of off-roading, and now we've got a full-blown pontoon build in the mix.
And who knows what else is coming.
Right.
I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Given the resources and the skills that are evident in this project,
Right.
What's next for this builder?
Right. What are they going to make next?
Are they building a floating cabin? A mobile workshop?
Maybe an amphibious RV.
Who knows? It makes you want to see the actual videos,
Oh, yeah.
to watch this whole thing come to life.
Absolutely. And that's the beauty of a deep dive like this, isn't it?
Yeah.
It sparks our imagination, and it reminds us of just how much potential there is out there.
So much creativity.
Yeah. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and who knows, you might just uncover something incredible yourself.
You never know.
All right. That's it for our deep dive today. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks for having me.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.